For more on today's World Cup draw, we're joined by ESPN soccer reporter Jeff Carlisle. There he is. Thank you so much for joining us, Jeff. What an exciting day, right? First, are there any groups today that seem to be the most competitive or even the most compelling to you?
Yeah, I would say that the group involving France and Senegal and Norway and another playoff team, probably Iraq. That one is super compelling. It's just got great matchups in all of the games. I think the France-Norway matchup is going to be fantastic. You've got two of the best forwards on the planet in Erling Haaland for Norway. He plays his club ball with Manchester City. And then Kylian Mbappe for France. He plays for Real Madrid. These are just two electric talents. Erling Haaland had 16 goals just in World Cup qualifying. So these are going to be fantastic games that we're going to get a chance to see. And then Senegal is no slouch either. I mean, they actually played France back in 2002 when France were reigning World Cup champions and beat them in the group stage 1-0. So there's a little bit of history there, even beyond the fact that Senegal is a former colony of France.
Yeah, so much to look forward to. Are there any specific matches within these groups that could be particularly significant?
Yeah, I think the one involving Morocco and Brazil. Morocco is a team on the rise. They made the semifinals in the last World Cup in Qatar. And their youth teams have been exceptional lately. They are the reigning under-20 World Cup champions. And they're playing a Brazil team that's at a little bit of a low ebb, at least by their lofty standards. They are the five-time winners of the World Cup, but this particular team has been struggling of late, and they only finished 5th in South American World Cup qualifying. Another good one is England and Croatia. That was a World Cup semifinal back in 2018. Croatia came out on top in that one. And then going back to the France, Senegal, and Norway group, again, I think the France-Norway game is just going to be fantastic. Some great talent is going to be on display.
Absolutely. So many great countries involved there. Let's bring it back to the U.S. As we mentioned earlier, the U.S. is in Group D and recently faced and won against two of their group mates. What do you think of the draw the U.S. received?
I think it's a tricky draw, but I think it's also very manageable. I think these are very evenly matched teams. I mean, Paraguay is the worst ranked team in the group at 39. Everybody else is ranked above them. I mean, you look at the other groups throughout the World Cup draw, and they all have teams in the 40s, 50s, or higher. And so, you know, it's going to be a very competitive group, but I think it is one that the U.S. is going to be able to get through. A lot will depend on who comes through in that playoff slot. Turkey is the favorite. They're ranked 25th, I believe, in the latest FIFA rankings. So if they win out, then it's going to be a very competitive group, very evenly matched. But again, I think, you know, it could have been much worse. The U.S. managed to avoid Norway in pot 3. They were able to avoid Italy in pot 4. So, you know, it's going to be very, very competitive, but it could have been so much more dire for the United States. And manager Mauricio Pochettino is sounding very optimistic about his side's chances when he was discussing the draw earlier today.
Can't wait to watch with my soccer playing kids. We got a little bit to go, but it'll be fun. And of course, there are still 6 spots up for grabs, which will be decided with playoff matches. All right, Jeff Carlisle, ESPN soccer reporter. Thank you so much for joining us.